And welcome to Mike Philippi Podcast. This is Grace, Straight, No Chaser. And we'll let you know what all that stuff means. Grace, Straight, No Chaser. And I'm glad you're here today. We're going to try to answer questions that people have about their identity in Christ and what it means to be a Christian, what it means to be the church, what it means to be used by God, and a lot of questions we have. So we'll just start with first off talking about what do we mean by grace, straight, no chaser, that kind of thing. First, let me talk about grace. Grace is, you've heard the acronym, God's riches at Christ's expense. And that's what we mean by grace, is everything that God has is yours. You didn't earn it. You can't purchase it. It's free, and it's all by grace, by Christ, His death on the cross, and His atonement. So we'll talk about all that kind of stuff. Over the course of time, we'll get deeper and deeper, and then I'll try to answer questions that people direct my way. But the main thing that we have to know about is that we have a brand new identity in Christ. When you came to Jesus, everything changed. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, it says, but as many as received him, that them he gave the power to become the sons of God, sons and daughters of God. As many as received him. If you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, if you believe that he died for you and that he gave himself up for you, and you declare that, that's basically Christianity. It's that simple. But there's a little bit more to it. And as far as the mechanics, as far as the theology, as far as what really did happen at the cross, that's the questions that we're going to try to answer and to let you know who you are as a Christian. And when you came to Christ, when you said, yeah, I accept that, it said, behold, in 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, behold, old things have just passed away and all things have become new. And that word new is really important. Old things have passed away. What you were struggling with, all of your sin, all of your past, all of your identity, your rap sheet has been taken away. And it has been removed from you as far as the east is from the west. And that's the cool thing, as far as the east is from the west. You've been giving a fresh start. You've been giving a new lease on life. And it's better than that. It's not just a fresh start, like he erased your Etch-a-Sketch, gave it back to you and said, hey, don't make a mess. That's not it. They took your Etch-a-Sketch and he threw it as far as the east is from the west and said, don't worry about making the right choices on which knobs to turn. Don't worry about trying to make, let's say, perfect circles, which you can't do, but let Jesus draw on the Etch-a-Sketch of your life. And our job is to simply rest in him. Let him do his precious work. Receive it and say thank you. Now that sounds a little weird. That sounds a little too good to be true, if you will. And it is. It's way too good to be true. That's called grace. Grace, God's riches at Christ's expense, not at your expense. And so that's what grace is all about. Now remember this. What is grace? And I keep wanting to say, I've got some notes on this that I want you to know about. You have a brand new identity. And when I say new, 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, behold, old things have passed away. All things have become new. And I want to camp on that for just a second. The word new that's being used there is not the same word as I just got a brand new set of tennis shoes. I like to use that phrase because we all have tennis shoes. They get worn out. You really like them. You get comfortable in them. They get worn out. You go buy a new set. And you generally buy the same ones if you can because they were comfortable and you liked them. When he says, behold, all things have become new, it's not like you got a new pair of tennis shoes. That would be you got a Neos set of shoes, something that was old and it became new with regard to antiquity, with time, age. It's new that way. But that's not the word he uses there. He uses the word kainos. Behold, all things have become kainos, not neos. Kainos. What's the difference between neos and kainos? Kainos means you got a new kind of thing, not something you've ever had before. This is something that's brand new, something never seen before. Absolutely kainos. When you came to Christ, you became kainos. Everything about you became new. Your past, your present, your future, your rap sheet, your history, everything became new. You have a brand new past. You have a brand new future in Jesus Christ. And wow, that's kainos. That's where we get a new kind of thing from that word kainos. We have a new kind of thing. It's called this third thing. There was Jew and there was Gentile, and now there's Christian. This new thing, this new creation. And that's what we talk about. What does that mean? And how did you get it? And how do you hold on to it? And how do you activate it? And how do you, oh man, so many how do yous. But understand that you have a brand new identity and you have a brand new destiny. What God has designed you for and what you will see him work out. Because it's he who's at work in me, causing me to will and to do his good pleasure. So as we come to Christ, we rest in him and just watch, because suddenly he takes over and he transforms us. And as we rest in Christ, not run and try to catch up with him or try to do this for him or try to do that for him. That's not what he's asking us to do. He's asking us to be still and know that I am God. Let him have you. Let him transform you. That's what grace is so amazing. Let me read you from Titus 2:11 and 12. For the grace of God has appeared, bringing salvation for all people, training us to renounce ungodliness and worldly passions, and to live self-controlled, upright, and godly lives in this present age. Now, Romans 6, I'll get on to defining that in a minute, but Romans 6:14 says, for sin will not have dominion over you, since you are not under law, but under grace. So a lot of people think that when you're under grace, well, now should we sin? We have freedom to sin or do whatever we want. And actually we do. We have freedom to do whatever we want. We're no longer under law and trying to fulfill the law and trying to be good or trying to be holy or trying to be acceptable or trying to be pleasing. We are pleasing and acceptable in Christ. We are holy, pleasing, and acceptable because we are under grace. But that doesn't mean now we have the freedom to go out and sin like a banshee. That's not what it means. Can you? Sure, you can sin all you want. Will you? Not really, because when you see what Christ has done, when you see how he died for you, he transformed you, you go, that's not who I am anymore. Sin doesn't taste good anymore. Sin doesn't fulfill me. Sin leaves me flat and empty. I'm a new creation, a new kind of thing. And that's what you get to learn as a Christian. And I love Romans 8:1 that says, therefore, there's now no condemnation for those who are in Christ. You're not condemned. He's not watching over you like the game of whack-a-mole, and every time you do something that's fun or that he doesn't like, he's going to whack you on the head, whack, whack. That's not Christianity. That's law. That's religion. And that's death. But for the grace of God has appeared, bringing salvation for all people and training us in our hearts to renounce ungodliness and worldly passion and to live self-controlled, upright, and godly lives in this present age. That's now who we are. That's not who we have to try to be. That's not what we're working toward. That's who we are in Jesus Christ. That's good news. And we'll talk more about this. But thanks for joining me. And make comments below. Let us know what's on your mind. And God bless you as you step into his grace and your new identity. God bless you.